4 contestants left. The lake is slowly starting to freeze over, and we're really starting to narrow this competition down to just a few real contenders. We'll just kind of go through each of the contestants today. First off, Amos. Two main things I want to talk about here. Obviously, the wolves. Wolves to me are just a very terrifying animal. They hunt in those packs. They're incredibly powerful, and in the wrong situation could very easily take you down. So I thought Amos handled that situation very well. He immediately got the cameras out. He was taking video of all the wolves. I think they said 5 wolves surrounding him that he saw. Even followed them out after they started walking away. That takes some guts right there, in my opinion. All he has on him is a wooden spear he made and a bow and arrow. And really, if those wolves come at you, you're maybe gonna get one arrow shot off, and then you're just reliant on a spear while you're in your little shack, and that's not very much protection. I hope that the wolves don't come back for Amos, because I think that would be, basically getting scared off by predators. I think that would be a very bad way to have to end his journey. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen, but that was a pretty wild moment. The other thing I wanted to touch on with Amos was his reaction to the temperature. So we're not really to the cold part of winter. We're just kind of easing below freezing right now. We're just, maybe 10 degrees below zero or below freezing, and that's not that cold when you're talking about winter in the Arctic. And Amos was already struggling with those temperatures. So I'm starting to question just how he's going to be able to cope when we do get that real nasty weather start to set in. I don't think that he has anything real crazy on the horizon, but he should be facing a fairly prolonged period of sub-freezing temperatures that I'm interested to see how he handles it. On top of that, in the preview, it looks like he burns his shelter down. So I don't know how things are gonna play out for Amos here. I'll just have to tune in next week to see what happens. Next person I'd like to talk about is Kylen. She got out on the ice. It was very interesting to see the lake in all the different contestants' locations. Kylen's totally froze over to the point where she had enough ice to walk out, go ice fishing, catch 2 huge lake trout that are really going to propel her now very deep into this competition. We saw pretty much all our contestants looking for fish this episode. Roland was at Danger Rock. Callie was out trying to get a gill net in the water. Amos was down at his gill net to hopefully get some fish. And there we see Kylen walk out onto the ice, chop a hole in the ice, and pull out 2 huge fish. So if she can keep that up to any degree, look out, because she instantly has that food resource that no one else has, and that is fat. Fat is becoming so important. It's no longer just about getting calories in the body. It's about getting the right calories in the body. And Kylen was the only person this episode to really secure a source of fat. So I think this sets her up to go pretty far here now. I'm getting more excited with each passing episode on who is going to make it to that 100 days, if anyone does. And with each passing week, I think Kylen gets herself in a better and better position. So I've heard a lot of people in the comments saying they think she's going to be the next person to tap out, and I'm here to say I don't think she is going to be. I think that she is definitely going to be in our top 3 and has the potential to push even higher. All right, next up, let's talk about Roland. Roland, pretty uneventful day for him today. He's really just scrounging his muskox carcass for any shred of fat and hunting for some fish. His fishing looks like it's pretty much dried up. We saw the condition of the lake at Danger Rock. The waves were really slamming around. He almost lost his net in the after show. He did reveal that he recovered that net using a stick and a snare, pulled his gill net out of the water. So he did save his gill net, but he said no more fishing until at least the lake freezes over for him. On top of that, we saw Roland take a spill today. Doesn't look like there's going to be any side effects from that. He did complain about hurting his right leg, but knowing what we know about Roland, I think that he'd probably push through a broken leg right now just to keep going on this show, so I'm not concerned about any sort of injury from that fall. He also had an interesting encounter with a herd of muskox. He didn't go after them, didn't try to stalk them or chase them down. And one interesting thing that was revealed in the after show is one reason for Roland not pursuing the herd of muskox was that he was concerned about scaring those muskox into another competitor's area and potentially giving them the big game kill that he had already secured for himself. All right, let's move on to our last contestant, Callie. She also took a pretty bad spill today. We saw her try to go down to the lake to go fishing. She'd picked out a spot she wanted to go fishing, was pretty treacherous to get to, safely gets out to this spot, and then is just sort of standing at the spot, talking and looking around, and boom, she is down on the ice. She's got a cut on her eyebrow, cut lip. Wasn't too bad. She cleaned herself up and carried on, but very scary moment for Callie. One, you don't want to fall, period. Two, you don't want to fall on near the lake. And three, anytime you hit your head, you run the risk of just instantly being removed from the competition. Thankfully, that wasn't the case for Callie, but yeah, definitely a scary moment for her. All right, I think that wraps up everything I wanted to cover for this episode today. Getting interesting here. We're down to 4. We're closing in on that 50-day marker. I think that we're going to hit a point here where we start zooming by the days a little quicker as we march towards 100 days, and that's assuming one of our contestants is capable of making it to 100 days. So let me know what your thoughts on the episode in the comments. Let me know who you're rooting for, and until next week, we will see you later.